Welcome to Conversations with the Empress. I am the Empress. And as you could tell by my lacy attire, it's Freaky Friday, y'all. The day we've all been waiting for. At least I have. And you know I love a Freaky Friday. Before we get started, you guys know the drill. Please go hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons below. They all help my channel to grow, and I greatly appreciate the support. So do your girl a favor, go hit that like button right about now. Thank you. The fit for tonight is something new. I told you guys I was running out of outfits, so I did a little bit of shopping. And I found this cute little two-piece lace number, which I feel like is fun and flirty, sexy, you know. And shout outs to the person that bought me those gold heels, because those are some new heels too. Thank you. You know who you are. Can't tell y'all everything. I did my intro and everything in the kitchen because it kind of falls in line a little bit with the topic for tonight, which is quickie sex versus marathon sex. I picked the kitchen because that's one of those places where a quickie might happen. Like, you know, you might be cooking and your boo come in the kitchen and be like, you're looking kind of good. Like, that rump roast ain't the only rump I'm looking at. And, you know, bust you off right quick. Quickie Central. That's why I picked the kitchen. You know, my brain works in a weird way. But, you know, quickies and marathons, it really comes down to the person and the preference of the person. Like, even when it comes down to what your definition of a quickie is. Like, to me, a quickie is an hour or less. Okay? And I say an hour because most of the quickies that I've had in my life have happened on my lunch break, and my lunch break is normally an hour or less. And that's not to say that the whole time the quickie you're having sex, because that's not possible. You have to think about travel time to get to the location, the sex, and then cleaning up after the sex. So you're not even having sex for that full hour. So it's probably like a half an hour or less, not counting travel time and cleaning. So that's my definition of a quickie. Anything above an hour for me is not really considered a marathon, but it's not a quickie. Now, when it comes down to the definition of marathon sex, it could either be having sex for several consecutive hours, or it could be y'all have sex, y'all take a break, you eat, you have sex, you take a break, you smoke, you have sex, you take a break, you watch a movie, you have sex. So that could be marathon too, meaning that it's an activity that you've done throughout the whole day, maybe not consecutively, but all day long. Me personally, I prefer marathon just because, you know, I like to have more time to do all the things that I want to do. But there are some pros to quickies. It's always hot for the most part. It's always spontaneous for the most part. The intensity, the passion, it's normally at an all-time high because you're trying to jam-pack everything into a short amount of time. Because of that, it's normally not a making love type thing. It's normally a fucking type of thing. I've never heard about making love in a quickie because making love is more of a slow, passionate type of thing. Another benefit to quickies is, in my opinion, they're better for role playing, because you don't really want to role play all day long, being somebody, a character or a fantasy all day long. So, you know, quickies lend themselves to role playing. Really quick scene for an hour or less. Oh, you're going to come here and you're pretending to be somebody breaking into my house and I'm going to be the innocent victim or whatever. Quick, you know, it's really quick. Another benefit to quickies is it's good for people with busy schedules. You know, everybody doesn't have time to sit around all day, you know, having marathon sex and taking breaks and hanging out or whatever. You know, if you have time like that, that's great. But most people have busy schedules. You know, they have work, they have kids, they have, you know, responsibilities and things that they have to do. So they don't have all day to have sex all day. So it does help out for people with busy schedules. Okay. One of the downfalls to quickies is it's normally easier for the man to get off in a quickie. You know, most women, it takes more time for us to get off. So quickies normally are a hit and miss for a woman actually getting off. And, you know, I don't really know if women who do quickies are in it to like get off, or if it's just like for the fun and the spontaneity in the moment. But it does lessen the chances of a woman having an orgasm during a quickie. Now, what you can do to accommodate the time crunch for a quickie to make sure that your female partner gets off is to incorporate a little vibrator or toy or some other type of stimulation while the quickie is happening. But then again, you would have to have that stuff with you in order to have that happen during a quickie. I mean, everybody's not like me. I normally always have a vibrator on me everywhere I go because I never know what mood is going to strike me. But the average person is not going to have that. So it would be nice to be able to incorporate toys to make it better for the woman in a quickie, but it's not always a possibility because you don't have everything planned. It normally just happens spontaneously. Now, the pros to marathon sex is that, which is a shared pro, is that it's hot. Okay. They're both hot. Quickies and marathons are both hot. But the difference is it could be planned. So if you have a more creative, imaginative mind and you know you're going to have a full 24 hours with somebody to explore and have sex, it lends itself to you planning, being more prepared for what you want to do and brainstorming for, whatever. You have more options of things you could do because you have more time. It can be intense, but then you will have moments where you're relaxing and you're taking a break off of that intensity and you're just chilling out until you get ready to go back into having that intense sex again. It lends itself to more versatility for, locations. If you're having a quickie in the kitchen, you're really just getting it in the kitchen and then you're getting ready to go and you're off. But if you have marathon sex, you can have it in the kitchen, you can have it in the living room, you can have it in the bedroom, in the bathroom, all over the place all day long. So it's more versatile. You have the option of making love, you have the option of fucking, you have the option of having sex because there's a difference between all three. It just opens up your options way more. And in contrast to quickies, there's less pressure for, performance as far as like, if you come fast the first round, there's a second round to make up for it. But when you're doing a quickie, you got to perform. It's got to be banging. You only got one shot because it's one quickie. You feel me? You have a short amount of time to show out and perform. But, marathon lends itself to, my bad, I came too fast. I got you the next round or whatever, which is better for the woman. Obviously, marathons raise the woman's chances of having orgasms over and over again, multiple orgasms, and coming in general. So that's a benefit. And with marathons, if you get messy, it doesn't really matter because you have time to clean up afterwards. When you're doing a quickie, getting messy is more of an aggravation because you don't have that much time to do it and to clean up. So I feel like marathon sex lends itself more to having that freaky, nasty type of, sex going on because you have more time to get yourself together afterwards. You're not rushing off to somewhere else and have to be clean. Like, you don't want to show up back at your job after a quickie with stuff on your shirt or on your dress or whatever. So everybody is different with how long they need to have sex to get off. And some people prefer longer sex. Some people prefer shorter sex. There's lots of reasons why someone prefers shorter sex, especially I'm speaking as a woman. We as women have different parts, and sometimes we can withstand a lot and long periods of sex and other times we cannot. So for instance, if I haven't had sex in months and I have sex, I might not be able to hang in there for multiple hours of sex. Number one, because I'm going to climax much quicker because I haven't had it. Number two, my love below is not used to the pounding and the activity, so I might not be able to go for long periods of time. However, if someone is actively having sex all the time, it definitely builds up your stamina and your tolerance for longer periods of sex. I have never really enjoyed quickies because I am a Scorpio and I like to connect with the person that I'm having sex with, and I don't feel quickies lends itself to connection. It lends itself to the primal urge inside to just get satisfied and, experience the flesh in that moment. It's not about building a connection when you do a quickie, and that's probably why I don't really care for it too much. Maybe if I was in a relationship with someone and we were already connected, I could go for a quickie, but I like to take my time. I like to explore. I like to try different things, and like quickies don't really lend itself to that. So, different strokes for different folks. Either way, whichever you prefer, it's important to try your best to get your partner off. And, if you can't do it in a quickie, then I suggest you don't do quickies, because nobody likes to walk away from a sexual encounter not being satisfied. Okay. The funny thing is, and I don't think a lot of guys know this, but women really don't need to have long periods of sex to be satisfied. It just needs to be good. Okay. So whether you're doing a quickie or whether you're doing marathon sex, it just needs to be good. It's like that whole quality over quantity thing that I always talk about. If it's quality, you don't need that much. Okay. And honestly, I feel like men are always under that pressure of feeling like we need this supersonic sex where, you're like a porn star or whatever to get your woman off. And that's just not true. All you need to do to get your woman off, whether it be in a quickie or a marathon situation, is to just know what that person likes and make sure that the communication is there and you are trying to learn your partner. And that goes both ways, like learn your partner, because everybody likes things differently. But one thing is for sure, if you learn what your partner likes, if you listen to your partner when they tell you what they like and they don't like, you're more likely to get your partner off in whatever situation. It's not even about, you being like King Dingling, porn star style in order to get your woman off. Most of the women that I know, including myself, don't want to be hammered, like pounded for like an hour. Okay. Me personally, deep and slow is what I prefer. That is going to make me have an orgasm faster than somebody just ragtag pounding me. Like, you can throw some of that in there, but to pound a woman for an hour, it's really not enjoyable. Women have cervix in there and you're pounding the cervix, it doesn't feel good. Now, mind you, there might be some women out here who like that. Like, they want you to hurt them with your penile and that feels good to them. Most of the women I know do not like that. Okay. I feel like a lot of times we as people watch porn, we watch movies with sex scenes, and we think that's what sex is supposed to be and that's what's enjoyable. But 9 times out of 10, it's not. It's a fantasy what you watch on TV. And granted, you can have fantasies and make them come true, but it normally doesn't take people longer than like 10 minutes to get off. I mean, that's the scientifically proven thing. But, everybody's different. So that's what I have to say about quickies and marathons. So y'all know I prefer a marathon. I look forward to the day when my boo come over here, when we finally, decide to lay down with each other. I hope I can have him here for a whole day and we can start off in the morning with breakfast, sex, smoke, sex, movie, sex, eat again, sex, laugh, talk, sex, yeah, marathon, that really does it for me. And I definitely am known for taking a day off just to lay up with my special someone so we could do that all day long. That's like an ideal day for me when I'm with someone. I'm really trying to rack my brain if there's ever been a time where I got a quickie and I was happy with it. And I'm telling you right now, I can't think of it. Like, I cannot think of one time that I've had a quickie in my life and I said, wow, that was so good. Most of the time I walk away from quickies feeling like, damn, I wanted some more. Damn, I wasn't done. So for me, quickies is not where it's at. I mean, maybe that'll change. I'll never say never, but as it stands right now, marathon hands down for me. Like, hands down for me, okay? Anyway, That's all I have to say on quickies and marathons. You know, regardless of what you like, make sure you do it right. Hey yo, thanks for watching. My contact information is below. Please go like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Your support is always appreciated. But if you want to show that support with them dollars though, throw your girl a Cash App, you feel me? Until we meet again, smooches.